Ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Friday. TGIF, hope you're all doing well. Chris Phillips here, the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. What a start to the Friday. Mazeo Bennett, 2024 four-star wide receiver, has just announced his commitment to the Gamecocks. Very excited as we get this graphic out on social media. The Shane train continues on. Beamer ball to the freaking moon, folks. What is going on? Give me just 1 second here to get this finished up. Get the graphic out for the people, and here we go. All right, ladies and gents, what's up? 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. I want to make sure we tag our good friend Hayes Fawcett. I think that's how you say his last name. He is the one that made the graphic. There we go. Really, really good stuff. Guys, what a start to the Friday. What a start. Mazeo Bennett out of Greenville High School, 2024 four-star commit, was once a Tennessee commitment, has officially committed to the Gamecocks. He is staying home. Huge, huge Beamer ball to the freaking moon. Folks, I see Dre Picasso, Travis Allen, Gene Lott, Will, J-Dub, Adam, Hunter Kelly, John Edwards, Theo Borla Jr., Brennan M., Austin Gregory, DGD, Gad, Noah Johns. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Todd Smith, first comment. Appreciate you all tuning in. Again, thank y'all so much for the love and support tuning in here on this Friday. In case you just missed the news, Mazeo Bennett, Shane Beamer does not know the definition of chill. He does not. He does not. He does not know the definition of chill. Look at that. 5 for 5 now on 4 stars for the 2024 class. If you thought the 23 class was special, folks, this one's got the makings of an even better one. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Also, there's in the Big Cock Club Discord. Head over to the TDC Questions channel. The TDC Questions channel, be sure your questions are answered there. Right now, we have the 6th ranked class in the country for 2024. Absolutely crazy. Billy Thompson, no, I did not call this one. Although I think everybody knew he was flipping to South Carolina, or at least most of us felt really, really good about it. Either way, Billy Slapdick, I appreciate you tuning in, my guy. Of course, as always, TDC brought to you by our friends over at Prize Picks. Go download the Prize Picks app, go to prizepicks.com. And when you do, use the promo code TSUS to receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Again, you can play anything and everything, college sports, pro sports, anything and everything in between. So many fans and listeners of the Spurs Up Show have made tons of money with our friends at Prize Picks, and you should as well. Again, go check out Prize Picks, download the app, or go to prizepicks.com. And when you do, use the promo code TSUS at sign up to receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Again, guys, what an exciting day. Mazeo Bennett, Maz Bennett staying home. The Gamecocks locked down to Maz. How about it? How about it? What a start to the Friday. TGIF indeed. We got the Beamer ball on the chest, the welcome home on the lid. It felt right, too. I was like, you know what? We should rock the welcome home lid because I think there's a damn good chance we're going to get us a welcome home. And sure enough, here we are. Guys, again, appreciate you all tuning in. Would love to hear from you. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Madison, what's up? Michael, yeah, Beamer ball, man. Beamer ball to the freaking moon. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Really exciting stuff. I mean, the positive momentum that is South Carolina recruiting continues on. And I mean, you got to continue to praise and preach on what Shane Beamer and company are doing. I mean, the fact that, you know, this guy was that he was once a Tennessee commitment, right? And the rumor through the grapevine, if you will, not even a rumor. I knew for a fact that he was not thrilled with the direction of our offense and what we had in store, but Shane Beamer making the move. And I tell you what, again, you got to continue to give credit to Dowell Loggins. I mean, the guy hadn't called a single play, hadn't coached a single game, and so who knows what's going to happen. But obviously these guys on the recruiting trail, and they believe in him. They believe in what he's got to say. They believe in what he's doing, and that is something that, it speaks to it, man. Again, Dowell Loggins. Shout out to Dowell Loggins. Let's give credit to Dowell Loggins. I'll say this, that, do I still have my skepticisms? Am I still a little bit nervous? Maybe so. Was I critical of the hire? Sure, but I can tip my cap when a man does a job well done, and Dowell Loggins is certainly doing that. So kudos to Dowell Loggins for his work on the recruiting trail as well. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377 here on this Friday. This week has flown by the way. I think it's just because so much has happened with the with the Nicholas Harbor decision and then this today, and we've just, content bleeding out the eyeball, stuff like that. Luke RJ, what's up, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. J-Dub, all aboard indeed. All aboard indeed. Props to Justin Stepp as well. Yes, let's give credit to Justin Stepp, man. Justin Stepp done an incredible job for South Carolina football since he got here. He's a guy similar to Shane Beamer, I would say, that, loves being at the University of South Carolina. He believes in Gamecocks football, believes in what it can be, not what it's always been, right? He believes in what they're building. And you got to give a lot of credit when you look at that wide receiver room and the way that guys have developed. And now you look at the recruiting and you get a guy like Maz Bennett, you get him to stay home. Shout out, man, to Justin Stepp. Justin Stepp, the real MVP. And I think this is just the beginning for him. He's a great young coach. I think one of the best young coaches in the business, and again, an elite recruiter and a people person, and fits right in with the culture that Shane Beamer is building at South Carolina, and really excited and grateful that he's on staff. Truly, Justin Stepp is an asset to South Carolina football. Truly, man, I rock with Stepp heavy. I know Stepp rocks with TSUS heavy, man, and I can't say enough good things about Justin Stepp. So, yeah, really appreciate him. Anyways, let's see. Garrett, Chris, the 4th and 5th rated recruits in SC for 2024 have not been offered by South Carolina or Clemson. Do you know anything about these guys and why they aren't being pursued? I'll be honest with you, Garrett. I don't know why. Listen, I don't know why certain guys get offered and certain guys don't, right? I feel like that happens every single recruiting cycle. There's certain players that either fans see at the high school level or just know of, and they wonder why they're not being offered, or why this guy's, and people ask me, and guys, if a coaching staff that want to offer a guy, I don't really know. Does it come down to numbers? Does it come down to, there's some guys I think coaching staffs look at and they just identify and say, we don't project him being all that at the next level. And that's fair. That's what the coaches are paid to do, right? They're put in those positions to make those assessments. So I don't know much about those guys. Excuse me. I don't know much about those guys, but you just got to trust Shane Beamer, right? Excuse me. You got to trust Shane Beamer and what they're doing and, who they're offering, stuff like that. So anyways, in case you missed it, Maz Bennett, 2024 4-star wide receiver, commits to the Gamecocks. A huge pickup, an absolutely huge pickup indeed. Great to see. Love to see him staying home. And it's a big recruiting victory. Tennessee fans, I'm sure, are down bad today indeed, no doubt. Beamer just dropped a video, you say. Beamer dropped a video, did he? Or are you talking about the tweet that he put out there? I'm sure you're talking about the tweet. Yeah, the GIF, yeah. Yeah, Tony Sharp, he's already announced it, my guy. 1075 saying we got him. He's announced it. Go look at his Twitter. Go look at our Twitter. Go look at our Instagram. Go look at our social media. Maz Bennett has made it official. Dropped his commitment graphic right at noon. Kudos to him, by the way. This was he did not waste any time, right? He didn't waste any time on getting that graphic out there. So we love to see that. Again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in. Really exciting stuff for South Carolina football. Again, we continue the countdown to opening day, first pitch, just 2 weeks away. 2 more Fridays. Brendan M says, Chris, don't know what you're talking about. This week took an eternity. For me, Brendan, I don't know. Maybe it felt like I just was sitting there last night. I was like, damn, tomorrow's Friday. Like, I didn't realize tomorrow that it was Friday, but I don't know. Let's see. Steven Dana says, hey, everyone, work schedules change, so get on when I can or watch later on. A ton of huge news lately. Go Cox. Saw they're picking us to finish number 5 in the SEC, possibly higher for 2023. Yeah, our good friend Michael Bratton has got the Gamecocks at 5th in his early 2023 power rankings, which is pretty damn solid. That's pretty solid. Again, guys, Thank you all so much for tuning in. Beamer and staff are on fire, Elizabeth Ballard. I would agree. They are on fire for sure. For sure. Guys, again, thank you all so much for tuning in. The love, the support. Huge pickup again, Maz Bennett, man. Huge pickup. Huge pickup. Huge pickup. J-Dub says, I want to believe in Kingston. I just have a hard time getting myself behind this guy. Hey, listen, I hear you. You know, I don't think you're crazy for feeling that way. I really don't. You know, it's we're asking this team to do something that we've never done in the Kingston era, and that is hit. Right? We're asking this team to do something they've never done, is hit. So, will it be this season? I don't know. So, guys, I will say this. You know, I've built my business off being completely transparent and you know, not hiding really behind anything. So I'll just say this: if if it seems like I'm a little bit like I'll say this: there's a lot of exciting there's a lot of exciting things happening behind closed doors. Like we got a deal working right now that I'm just going to tell you is it's a life changing deal. It's literally life changing. I'm confident in saying that it is life changing. It is business changing. All the above, it's changing. But you know, into today, you know, the the grind that is social media, right? It is a grind. And chatting with some folks last night, you know, I can deal with the bullshit, the slapdickery that comes with Twitter and social media and all that. But you know, when you start thinking about future plans for like the football season and stuff like that, and so, you know, the point I'm getting to is that, like, you know, I'm excited about the Maz Bennett commitment. We've got 2 hours. We're going to talk about it. You guys can call and get me off my soapbox, and we can talk about that more and break that down. But my mind has been a little bit elsewhere, right? My mind has been a little bit elsewhere. It's because, again, it's one thing to have shit spewed on social media. And the guys, that's totally fine. I mean, people have been trying to people trying to cancel me on a day in day. It's as commonplace as me brushing my teeth. Like it's kind of sad how immune I am to people talking shit on my name, attacking my character, trying to get me canceled, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, always to no avail. But when you've got people telling me that there are those, whether it be joking or not, that are in Twitter spaces, and I'm not going to bring these people's names to light, but I'm sure when I say Twitter spaces that you guys know probably who I'm talking about. But there's people on the internet that basically are encouraging, like, harassing me out in public and inflicting physical harm on me and stuff like that. And so it you know, it's one of those things where, is it all bullshit? Yes. Is it all keyboard warrior nonsense? Yes. But to insinuate that it encourages me to, and it makes me more want to, you know, it makes me look at doing in-person events a little bit differently. It really does. I mean, it really does. And I know, again, it's all bullshit because I heard a lot of the same stuff after the Dakereon Joyner tweet during the football season. And, you know, I remember that was the week of the Georgia game. And I saw people on social media encouraging others to come to the tailgate and harass me, right? To come to the tailgate and, you know, fuck with me, right? And it never happened. And it probably never would. But limiting access, and I value my privacy and I value my peace. I value my peace. That's why, if you're on Twitter, you've seen it, right? People and there's just like this crazy, there's people that have this crazy idea that they think it's a flex to be blocked by someone. And it's actually a convenience to me when slapdick on social media, because I would rather them do that, and I'm able to block people, and all I'm doing in that is protecting my mental peace. You know, we've reached a point on Twitter specifically where, I mean, guys, I'm someone that, you know, I certainly don't rest on my laurels. If you're not growing and thriving, I look at it as you're dying, right? You always want to grow, though, and improve and get bigger, get 1% better every day. And look at last year. I mean, we almost doubled in size on Twitter. But I'm to a point where I don't have to subject myself to the foolishness. Like I don't have to subject myself. I don't have to allow the cancel culture, slap dickery nonsense, miserable human beings. I don't have to allow that to cultivate in our mentions, right? Because it's more so about nobody that follows me and enjoys our content wants to see that, right? So I actually enjoy it. I'm actually really glad to block people. They're doing me a favor. Like they're actually doing me a favor. I would much rather just block these people and keep it moving, if you will, and just, you know, and take care of that, right? Because there are people out there that just, they don't need access or at least easy access to my content. That's why I'm doing that, right? They should not be allowed easy access to my content, because it's one thing to disagree and call me a clown and call me stupid and say my beard has died and say this, say that. But when you start spewing some of the nonsense and attacking people on things that, like, there are certain things, there are certain accusations out there that would literally get a human being thrown in jail. Like, we're not just talking about you dye your beard or you go to the tanning bed. We're talking about some real serious shit. And it's fine. I'm built for it. I've got rhino skin, right? But you know, again, joking or not, when you've got people, you know, talking about inflicting physical harm and things of that nature, and it's not even myself I worry about, you know, it's not myself. It's those that are closest to me and in my inner circle, and people that should not be subject to that nonsense. They should not be. They should not be subject to the foolishness. You know, they just shouldn't. They don't deserve it. You know, if you want to come at me, that's totally fine. But you know, just to be completely transparent with you, it does make me look at tailgates, events, things of that nature a bit differently. It really does. It does not make me want to do them more. We'll put it that way. It doesn't. Even with the thought that, you know, nothing would happen. I don't like subjecting myself. Like, I value my privacy, man. Like, I value my peace of mind, and it's not, you know, there's no peace of mind in, you know, I'm beyond the point of a normal fan, which is fine. That's cool. I was beyond that a while ago, but I had to come to realize that I can no longer be in the trenches. Like, I think we've reached that point. And I hate to say that. I hate to say that because, you know, the common fan is who I resonate with and who I rock with. And, you know, I still would label myself that way. But for my own peace of mind and privacy, and, like, when you see me at games, it'll probably be in a box. It will probably be in a suite. It will not be with the common fans, because I just, you never know. I don't know who I'll be sitting next to. I don't know who I'll be around. I don't know who, you know, will have access to me, things of that nature. So, you know, that is something that, you know, listen, I say all that. I say all that as I'm planning the TSUS spring tour, right? So there's certain things I'm more so thinking about football season, right? You know, the tour is going to continue. You know, if I feel the need to hire security or what have you, you know, I will do that. And I'm not saying I'll never be in the trenches again, or you know, I may just be talking out of my ass right now and venting to you all, and we'll just proceed with the tailgate as normal in the fall. But you know, I'll just put it to you this way. I should not feel, I just don't feel I should feel unsafe going to watch my favorite team play. You know, that is that's a pretty sad thing. It is. It's a pretty sad thing. I should not be paranoid. Like, I have been paranoid before. I should not be paranoid walking around the tailgate. I should not be paranoid going to a game. I should not be paranoid hosting a tailgate. I should not be paranoid hosting an event. I mean, hell, man, I think of last year, I wish I knew this lady's fucking name, but some slapdick lady at the Carolina Ale House in Greenville got in my face. Arkansas game. We're losing. She's all drunk, upset, getting in my face. You know what I mean? Husband has to step in, stop her. Like, this is shit y'all don't know about. You know what I mean? Like, but it's shit you gotta, or I say you have to put up with. You know what I mean? It's just, But people, you block people on social media and they say you're soft and you're he can't take the heat. And it's like you're soft because you don't want to deal with the nonsense. Like you don't want to deal with the slap dickery, man. Like I just that's complete bogus. It's bullshit. It's nonsense. You know what I mean? It's complete nonsense. So I will say I apologize if coming into this show we should be talking about the Maz Bennett commitment. We should be talking about recruiting. We should be talking about sports. But I'll be honest with you, man. That's not really what's been on my mind this morning. And there's, again, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to tell you all what is working behind the scenes, because it is something that those that support me will cheer and be so happy for the business and for me personally. And it's something that the Carolina Slapdick community will combust. I mean, literally. Let's jump to the phone lines. Here we go. Let's get into sports. Let's get into sports. Hunter, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Am I breaking up at all?
Nah, brother. You're coming through clear as day. What's up?
All right, just want to make sure because you're breaking up a little bit. I guess it was my service. About what you were talking about and stuff. I don't blame you. I mean, if you want, I'll fuck them up for you.
Nah, you're good, Hunter. You're good. It's I don't know.
No, I was just joking.
No, you're good. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. How about the Maz Bennett commitment, man? Beamer just continues to make waves, dog. 2024. What are we, 6th in recruiting now nationally? So it's Beamer ball to the moon. It's just
keep on keeping on. I was excited about that. I completely forgot about that as soon as, because I was actually waiting for your show to come on. I got on like 11:59, and I was like, shit, I forgot to go on Twitter and forgot that he was posting it on Twitter, and then you said it, so I was like, oh shit, you could actually commit it. So yeah, I thought it was a good thing. Got I think probably two really really good 4-star or not 4. We got a 4 and 5-star wide receiver. I mean, the way Nicholas Harbor, I seen the video that you posted on Twitter. He said that you wanted to take us to the championships and all, and I'm very very optimistic for this season and next season.
Yeah, no, I loved the video from Harbor. You love the confidence. I think it was which we can get into. I thought it was kind of interesting. He said, "Your king is here." That's an interesting way to phrase it, but hey, listen, he's confident, and as long as he can back it up on the field, which he's got all the tools, and he's got all the tools and the ability to do so. You know what I mean? So I don't doubt that at all. I think he'll live up to it. But you just when you talk like that, and you're in the position he's obviously in, you put somewhat of a target on your back, but that'll be a target on him either way. But no, again, if there's anybody that can back it up, it's Nick Harbor, and again, beside the point, it's huge, man. What Nick Harbor means to Carolina football and the ascent of the program. And I talked about it a couple days ago, obviously, but it's so much bigger than just getting one guy. It more so signifies the rise of the program. And
he's a big dude. I've seen some of his highlights on YouTube, and he's a really big dude for a freshman. And I can't even imagine when he's a junior, he's probably going to be much bigger than that.
Yeah, no, dude, I mean, once he gets in the weight room, I think he's going to try to stay pretty slim for track. But, we're talking about a kid, again, that's 6'5", that runs a 4.3, man, or whatever it is that he runs. I mean, they just don't build him like that. They don't build him like Nick Harbor. So, gonna be a menace at wide receiver. Gonna be a menace at wide receiver. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll play Alabama in the championship this season. That's what I'm hoping for.
Hey, from your lips to God's ears, my friend. From your lips to God's ears, no doubt.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Hunter, great stuff from Hunter as always. Appreciate Hunter. Hunter said he'd F him up. Love it. No, yeah, I mean, listen, the recruiting momentum. The recruiting momentum is wild. I mean, it's just South Carolina football. It's in a really good place. And I'll say this: we're reaching a point to where in a couple of years, you know what I mean? Like the personnel issues have been something we've leaned on. It's not an excuse, but a reality. But I mean, I say 3-4 years from now, and I'm being conservative with the projection, right? I know some of you say next year's the year, win a national title, whatever. I'm being conservative, but with the way they're recruiting, 3 to 4 years from now, I think realistically South Carolina will field a roster that is good enough to, and I'm not saying it's going to be as deep as Georgia's, but it's going to be good enough and deep enough to compete with a Georgia, realistically, to really start to establish, we talk about 2023 and establishing the floor, right? Establishing the floor for South Carolina football at 8 wins. And I think that is a fantastic floor to establish. 3-4 years from now, I think you will be in a position potentially to establish that floor at maybe 9 or 10 wins. Because the roster, if you keep recruiting this way, it's only going to get better and better and better and better and better. So, and all the credit goes to Beamer, his staff, everything else, man. It's, an incredible job they're doing. Greg Bednar says life-changing. That's interesting. Any insider info for the BCC members? Greg, it's something where I promise you, y'all will know first. The Big Cock Club folks will know first. It's something that I don't want to say anything until it's finalized. I mean, it's going to happen, no question. But I'm just waiting a little bit. But yeah, guys, again, it's I didn't mean to go on a whatever. I joke with people, the mic is my therapist. And so maybe, we talk about everything on this show, but I felt a little off as the show started. And I felt like that's something you guys can probably sense. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, my heart on my sleeve, and I'll be fine, guys. I'll be fine. I'll be totally fine. I'm not even really like down and out today, but it's just, it's just one of those things, man, where I am a human being. And it's just, like I said, I think one of the bigger takeaways is it's kind of a shame. And it's unfortunate that I am starting to lose comfort. Like I'm becoming less and less comfortable in going and watching my favorite team play. You know what I mean? And it's just the reality. I mean, listen, Dave Portnoy can't go to a Patriots game without getting harassed, right? I mean, these other, and I'm not trying to put myself on that level, by the way. Like I don't call myself famous. I don't call myself a celebrity. I don't even believe in fame. I think it's a man-made construct, whatever. You're in a position of quote unquote celebrity, if you will, or notoriety, because my face is all over social media. A lot of people know who I am. That's totally fine. But, it's just, you just start looking at things a little bit differently. And, what is so wild to me, let me just make this point. What's so wild to me is a lot of these kids that are starting podcasts, they want to be entities on social media. They want to have a voice that matters, right? They want to have a voice that matters. What's so wild about these kids is I was at that point. I was at 0. Like I was literally at 0, right? And if there would have been, no matter what people were saying, if there would have been, and I've said many times, right? If it's your goal, if it's your dream to talk Gamecocks, to do what I'm doing, there's a lot of people that take the wrong approach and attitude to that. And I do want to acknowledge this comment, Spur Dog. I know, man. I know the fans and the followers and the supporters, they outweigh the slapdicks 10,000 to 1, man. I know that. I know that. That's a fact. That's truly a fact. But to the point I was making, it's like there are kids on social media that they want to be significant. They want to have a voice that matters. They can't say they don't, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be trying to do what they're doing. So they want to have a voice that matters, man. They want to be covering the Gamecocks full time. And I've said many times, dude, I'm a resource, man. If it's anybody's dream to talk South Carolina, do what I do, hey, I'll help you out. I'll give you my best advice. I'll start you with equipment. Whatever, dude, whatever. I'm here to help, man, because you don't get farther. Your light doesn't shine brighter by trying to dim the light of others. It doesn't. It actually worsens you, right? When you bring that type of negative energy and you try to step on somebody else to get to the top, or you try to, the foundation of what you're doing is Excuse me, guys. I got a freaking frog in my throat. But when your foundation is trying to shit on somebody else, your light doesn't shine brighter, man. It actually dimmens. It actually goes out. And nobody's going to support and show love to someone who is fueled by hate. Nobody's doing that. But what's crazy to me is it's like there's all these kids, bro, on social media that could, and I'm not trying to like give myself any more credit than I deserve. But the fact of the matter is this ain't a hobby. I've been doing this full time since August of 2019. I made it through COVID, right? Like we've been selling merch like crazy. Business is booming. We got business partners. I've got double-digit streams of income, right? The success on the social media side has bled over into the business side, has bled over into the merch side, all the above. We are doing well. Let's not get it twisted. I am doing very well. I'm comfortable. Anything I want, I can have it practically. Like, we're good. We're Gucci. We're Gucci. I don't say that to flex. I say that because it's crazy to me. There are kids on social media. There are people on social media that instead of using TSUS as a resource, instead of trying to partner to elevate their brand or work together, they would rather try to start an entity. And the foundation of why you should follow them, the foundation of why you should listen to my show versus this one, it's a foundation based off of hate. It's a foundation based off of cancel culture. It's a foundation based off of just pure vitriol, of sickness, of a mental sickness. And I just can't believe that is the method. Like, if there was a TSUS when I started, I would have used that resource. I would have listened to what they had to say, because you might not like them. You might want to cancel them. You might think they were slap dick, but TSUS has worked. TSUS is working, folks. It is. This is not a hobby. This is not a hobby. I promise you. It's not. It's not. It's not. It hasn't been at any point. It's just crazy to me. And again, I say this all to you here because I'm nothing I say like this I would put on social media, because you're not, I don't want to reason with the mob. I have no interest in doing it. And I apologize to you all. I apologize to my audience. Maybe this is not the right channel to vent some of these things. Maybe it's not. I'm sorry if that's the case. I know some of you might be tuned in and say, why the hell are we tuned in the show right now? You're supposed to be talking Gamecocks. You're supposed to be talking whatever, man, commitments. You're supposed to be talking recruiting, whatever. But, you know, this is the business. That's what this is for, to talk business, to talk everything that involves the business. So, which again, it's all Gucci, man. The support outweighs the slapdickery a zillion to one. And I didn't really want to talk about it today, but you know, it's just, I want y'all to know where my head's at. So the spring tour will roll on, right? We're working on dates. I sent over proposed dates today to Carolina Ale House. But I say all that again to what I said earlier, and I'll say it again, is that, you know, I will be totally transparent with you, is that the way I move forward in regards to going to games, in regards to throwing tailgates, in regards to, and that goes for all sports, it may change. It may change. It very well may change. And, you know, that's a positive to a degree, because business has gotten so big and to a point where, you know, we're booming, right? We're booming. I mean, people are trying to cancel me on a daily basis, man. They don't try to cancel people that are not doing shit. You know what I mean? There's a reason nobody wants to cancel anybody who's in a Twitter space on Gamecock Twitter. Those guys nobody wants to cancel them because they ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. You ain't big enough to be a threat to anybody, right? But it is what it is. I mean, like I said, it's as commonplace as me brushing my teeth every day. I mean, it's just part of it, man. It's part of it. But, you know, and I would say this, Spur Dog, yeah, I mean, that's why, again, I would never address it on social media. That's why, you know, we can talk here and we'll be done with it. And this is this is your and my and our space to talk about whatever, and we'll be done with it, whatever. We'll drop it, but sometimes it's just, sometimes I like to give y'all a peek into my world. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like to give y'all a peek into what's going on. And I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, man. I'm extremely grateful to be chatting with y'all today. I'm extremely grateful for it, man. I love it. I love what I do, but it's just, there's some crazy shit out there, man. There's some crazy shit. And so, like I said, when you got, it's one thing to deal with some nonsense on social media and just some silly tweets and the slap dickery that is the Carolina slap dick community. But when you got people telling you about people, or I had one of our guys in the Big Cock Club Discord, and I know Ryan said he wished he didn't tell me, but I mean, I'm glad he did, because it should be brought to the forefront. If you're willing to go on record in a Twitter Spaces and say that, hey, we saw the Spurs Up show at the Gator Bowl, and we saw him at the Gator Bowl prep rally, and had he not been surrounded by his group of friends or the people that he was with, and my girl was with me too, man. Like, my girl was with me, and I had a couple of buddies with me, and they basically said on the Spaces that if I was not surrounded by my crew, that them and their crew would have quote unquote beat my ass, I believe is what he said. They said, when you hear shit like that, man, is it bullshit? Yeah. Would it actually happen? No. But I'm a human being. Like, I just, hearing that, man, like, that doesn't make me want to go to more games. That doesn't make me want to put myself out there more in the public eye. It really doesn't. It really doesn't, man. Like, I got to be totally honest with you. And it's like, I'd say this Spur Dog, it comes to the territory, sure, but it's bullshit. That's bullshit, bro. That's complete fucking nonsense. That's what that is. It's nonsense. It shouldn't come with the territory, bro. Like, some of that shit shouldn't come with the territory. Having your character attacked on a day in, day out basis from people who have no idea about you, have never met you, have never had one conversation with you, have not even valid proof of the claims they throw, that shouldn't be part of the territory, man. It just shouldn't. And if that's forever and ever part of the territory, like, I can't promise you that one of these days I won't say, I'm good on it, man. Like, I'm good on it. Like, I'll find a different lane, different avenue. I'll talk SEC, right? Like, I will not just subject myself to some of the slap dicks that are in the Carolina community. And I hate to say that. I'm not demonizing the entire fan base, obviously, but I mean, this is me being raw and filtered with you all. That's why you tune in the Daily Crow. So, again, hearing shit like that, man, like, I just, listen, it's people can say whatever they want about me. I thank God the only people that I really give a damn what they think about me are God, my family, my closest friends, and yeah, God, my family, and my circle. And that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? And like, that's cool. The people that actually know me, but some of the shit, man, it gets old. It just gets old. It just gets old. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm telling you guys. My best piece of advice, and the Big Cock Club, of course, Chase, of course, man. I would just tell you guys, though, don't feed into it, because you make a great point, Spur Dog. I would just tell anybody, though, like, I know John Edward likes to go back and forth in the mentions of people. Just don't even waste your breath, man. Just don't waste your breath. Just don't do it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, but don't even waste your breath, man. So but again, we keep it moving. We keep it rocking. Like I said, bro, I say all that. And again, the deal we have going on behind closed doors is it is the biggest, baddest thing we've ever done. It is crazy. It's crazy. It's monumental. It will not be a business changer really at all, in the sense of, like, I'm not giving up creative control. I'm not, content will not change, stuff like that. I'm not even really selling a piece of my business, but it's a monumental thing. And I promise you, when it's finalized, you will all know, and everyone will know. And it will make waves. Let me just put it to you that way. It will make waves in the community, not just of those that love me and support me. It will certainly make waves in the community of those that hate me. Right? It will. So, and that's, that's totally fine. That's great. Not that I really care, and it will be a life changer for me, and it'll be a life changer and a business changer. And I'm so excited for it. And it's it's awesome. So again, guys, I don't really mean to to spend a lot of today venting about this, but I think it will benefit those. I'm just very honest and transparent with you all, and so I think there is a benefit to you all knowing, pulling back the curtain and what's going on behind closed doors. And again, man, I'm all good with anything. Everything is fair game, right? Everything is fair game. But when you are openly going on record on a Twitter space or on social media, I've seen tweets too of I saw a tweet from one guy one time said, I hope that when people see the Spurs Up Show guy out in public, they are harassing him. And so stuff like that, man, like, again, I don't want to have to feel anxious and on guard when I go watch my favorite team play. That's kind of where we are, though. So anyways, guys, I'll get off my soapbox. Again, guys, Maz Bennett commits to the Gamecocks. Huge pickup. I talked about Justin Stepp earlier and the credit he deserves. Shane Beamer also. You look at the rankings where you are right now. How if you're not excited about the direction of South Carolina football, I think you just don't have a pulse, right? I think you don't have a pulse. What Shane Beamer and company are doing is absolutely incredible. It just, and I get asked a lot, my good friend Mark Ryan, he asks a good bit, but people ask me all the time, like, what's going on? Like the success, like what is going on? How is Beamer doing it? And again, I would say this, I would say this, and Billy Thompson, you are correct. You got to give Beamer credit for how many offensive players have come in since the Dowell Loggins hire. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Dowell Loggins deserves a lot of credit. Listen, I know many of us were skeptical of the hire, and some of us are still very nervous, but many of us had very harsh criticism of it. What he's done on the recruiting trail, how can you discredit it? I mean, these offensive guys that have committed, you have to get all the credit. But I'm asked a lot about what is Beamer doing, right? What is Beamer doing? And I think it's just a combination, man, again, of like what you're seeing is when you have a guy in Shane Beamer who genuinely loves where he's at, right? He believes in it, right? It's like working in sales. When you're selling a product, you're going to sell a lot more at a much higher level when you truly, genuinely, with every fiber of your being, believe in the product. And you have a plan and you have a vision, right? And you think about this, guys. Think about this. Most people think of recruiting as, here's what we can give you, this, that, whatever. Like, it's not so much about selling. It's about value, right? It's value. It's leading with value. This is how we can help you, right? You talk to anybody who's proficient in sales, they will say, that's how you sell, right? You lead with value. When I do business deals, I lead with value, right? Sure, you're paying me, but this is what you're going to be getting. This is the value, right? Lead with value and truly have the other person's best interest at heart. And I think Beamer's a guy. Do I know him personally to that level, in-depth level? Maybe not, but from everything we've seen, and by all accounts, Shane Beamer's a guy, he genuinely have these kids' best interest at heart. He genuinely has their best interest at heart, right? And so when he's pitching, he's not just saying, hey, come help me win games and make more money and all this stuff. He genuinely is saying, dude, we can help you achieve all your goals, everything you want to do. You can win football games at a high level, right? You can be in a culture built off of love, which is something that a lot of folks, I think, could benefit from if they implemented what Shane Beamer preaches a lot more into their daily life. But you can be part of a culture that's built off of love and brotherhood, right? You can go to a great university and get a great education. You can be part of get coached by some of the best coaches around. There's nothing you can't achieve here. Like, this is the value we're driving you, and we can get you to the next level too, if that's in the cards for you. And so I think, again, Shane Beamer, and at the end of the day, he believes in the product and the vision and the culture they've built to such a degree that I think it's infectious for kids. I think it's infectious. I think it's truly infectious. And I'm not saying other coaches don't believe as well, right? Winning on the field helps. But that's just, that's the result he can lean off of. Look, we have the proofs in the pudding of what we're doing. So, I think his coaches, all of his assistants are the same way. And again, Beamer's just a guy that when you have a fierce belief in what you're doing, right, you can convince others to come along that journey with you. It's not that hard. Really, it's truly not that hard. It's not that hard to convince them, especially when it comes to a guy like Miles Bennett. Why not stay home? Stay home and be a local legend, right? Stay home and be a local legend. Live in Gamecock lore forever. So, huge pickup. The recruiting momentum continues, and it should not be a surprise to anybody. Guys, that being said, we're going to jump into our first break. On the other side, I want to continue to hear from you. More your questions, comments, calls, more. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. Again, appreciate your patience in the first 45 minutes or so in the show. I know that was a little bit unexpected, unplanned, if you will, but that's the Daily Crow, right? That's what we're built off of. That's what we're built off of here. So a little bit unhinged sometimes, but man, the only thing I can promise you guys is to keep it real. That's it. The only thing I can promise is to keep it real and be genuine and be authentic, and that's what you guys get, and that's why people tune into this show. That's why we win. Real always wins in the end. It's no accident that we've won. It's no accident that what's happened. It's no accident that TSUS is the biggest, baddest entity on the, in regards to the Gamecocks out there. Nothing that has happened for us is accident. Nothing that's happened is accident. And so I appreciate y'all, man. And again, it really is about those that show us love and support, and you guys that tune in. And I want to make that very clear. You guys are what matter. So I appreciate y'all sincerely. When I was talking earlier about God, family, friend, I didn't want to make y'all think I do care of my audience greatly. I love you guys to death. Truly, those that support you mean more than you could ever know. Anyways, the questions. Let's see. Brent says all 5 commits are 4 stars right now. At least 2 of them will be 5 stars by the start of their senior season. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's the 20. It's wild to think like we just finished up this great 23 class, and 24. There's a good chance it'll be far better. It will exceed anything we did in the 23 class. So Beamer's coming, man. Beamer's cooking. Beamer ball to the freaking moon, my guy. Beamer ball to the freaking moon. Yes, women's basketball. Great win last night. They will take on UConn on Sunday at noon on Fox. By the way, Connor Lee asked me earlier, I think, how's Miss TSUS? Miss TSUS is doing great. Miss TSUS is doing fantastic. We are doing well. I appreciate you asking. So I appreciate it. Everything's good on my end, man. Personally, family is great, happy and healthy. That's a blessing in itself. Always take a moment to say thank God, you know what I mean, for your family's health. And if everybody's happy and healthy and doing their thing, and you're blessed and fortunate enough to say they're thriving as well, my goodness, what do you have to complain about? That's it. So everything's good on the personal side of things. We're good, guys. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, Austin, it's definitely not over till guys sign the LOI. No doubt. I don't disagree with you at all, and that's why I will say this, that I get excited when guys commit, no doubt. And Austin, I would imagine Tennessee is going to continue to recruit him very hard because he was committed to Tennessee at one point. And so obviously there was an interest there, right? There was an interest there. There was an interest there. So they'll continue to recruit him really, really hard. And, we'll see. I think the Gamecocks are going to hold him off as an in-state guy, but you never know. That's a good point, Austin. That's just something to keep in good perspective. Let's see. I think I saw Bruin Nation commenting about what you missed. Yeah, Bruin, I'll let you go back and rewind it, if you will. Just talking about some of the madness that takes place, pulling back the curtain a little bit. You can go back and listen. I don't want to keep rehashing it. I don't want this to be Therapy Friday for me. Anyways, we got a text. Jimmy from Hartsville. With the addition of Maz Bennett and Nicholas Harbor, what do you see our offense looking like in the 2024 season? Well, Maz Bennett sticks, which we all feel confident he will. But who's going to be playing quarterback? That's more of my question. Who's playing quarterback? But no, I mean, it's I see great things, man. I mean, it's really hard to project that far ahead, right? We've got the transfer portal. We got who's coming back, who's not. But, I mean, listen, I think the expectations moving forward for South Carolina football should be very, very high. No doubt. I mean, I think we should expect to score a lot of points. I think we should expect to be very potent, very productive, and be good enough to give us opportunity to win a lot of games. That's bottom line. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Madison and Lynn, I see y'all commenting back and forth. The ticket giveaway for the South Carolina LSU game, right? It is officially out on Instagram. It's officially out on Instagram. So go check that out. We dropped it yesterday. All you got to do is like the post. Follow one of the Carolina Ale House accounts. Doesn't matter which one. Follow one of the Carolina Ale House accounts on Instagram and then comment, tag 3 of your friends. You will be put in a drawing to win 2 tickets to the South Carolina LSU women's basketball game. So really exciting stuff. And that game is sold out, by the way. So if you want to go and you don't have tickets, that's going to be your best bet. That's absolutely going to be your best bet. Yeah, check it out. Check it out for sure, for sure. Anyways, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Phone lines are wide open. Would love to hear from you all. By the way, tsus.store, guys. Make sure you're staying tuned with the merchandise. I just saw an order come through. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all sincerely. Our good friend Gerald, who's in the Big Cock Club apparently, because he just used the discount code. I appreciate that. Great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah, guys, this weekend I'll be working on golf merch, right? Basically taking a lot of our most popular logos and putting them in putting them on polos, putting them on quarter zips, stuff like that. Big Wash, do you still have the SeatGeek code? Yes, I believe it Spurs Up. All one word, SPURSUP. Gad, that was you. Okay. Gad, I will be adding more, by the way, Gad. I apologize for not already being on that, but between black and white polos and we've got black, white, and gray quarter zips. Heck, I need some for me, Gad. I need some for me. So I'll be adding all those to the store. We're going to have like a specific golf collection. And the new Adidas variants that we have, they're fire, guys. I mean, they're absolutely fire. So they're absolutely fire. Back to the point, guys, I was making earlier. I will say this, not getting in the weeds of it, but I'll just tell you, keep an eye out, guys. We might do a test run or two. We might do a test run or two for watch parties, or not watch parties, but watch alongs for the baseball season, right? Watch alongs for the baseball season. So live stream watch alongs, you might recall we did that during the 2021 season. Did that during the 2021 season. So we might bring those back. We might actually bring those back. So. Yep, we might actually bring those back. What do y'all got, man? Great day to be a Gamecock. Great day to be a Gamecock indeed. Maz Bennett chooses South Carolina, a massive pickup. I know we all agree. Gamecock Nation is responding as expected. Love to see it. The balloons at TSUS antenna. Indeed. Yeah, something like that. The Gator Bowl balloon. Even though we lost, I was like, you know what? This is a cool balloon. Why not? This is a cool balloon. So. Anyways, guys, we have hit the second hour. That first hour definitely flew by. We talked yesterday, short stops. We sit 2 weeks away from opening day, right? 2 weeks away from opening day. Also, by the way, 11 days from Valentine's Day. Folks, get on it. Get on it if you have not. Get on it if you have not. Get on it if you haven't, man. I know our good friend Chase in the Big Cock Club Discord, he's going on an anniversary cruise. So my man doing it up big. I'll actually also be going out of town for Valentine's Day. So what do you know? That is the week of opening day also. So we won't have TDC Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of that week. Also, guys, the proposed dates for the Carolina Ale House Spring Tour, that will be starting late March. Late March, right? So just to give you guys an idea, give you all a clue, it will be late March running through practically the end of April. So that is the plan. I'm just waiting on Carolina Ale House to approve those dates, and we will go from there. So Paves and Waves says TSUS gear would be nice for your boo thing. Indeed. Yeah, no doubt. Austin Greer says the Newberry running back is going to be RB1, in my opinion. Mario Anderson. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'd love to see him do it and be productive and be successful. And I mean, go Wolves, right? Go Wolves. So I know my guy Dalton can get behind that. Go Wolves. Go Wolves. So let's see. Bruin Nation, hot take. Bailey over Doty right now, and after 1 year in the system and getting stronger. Sellers over both. Davis and Colton transfer out of the spring. I mean, I was really surprised. that nobody from the quarterback room hit the portal. I was kind of surprised. And maybe it's because guys just want to see where they are on the depth chart after spring ball. I get that totally. But I think most of us expected somebody, right? I'm not saying anybody specific, but somebody. I know Jalen Daniels left, but I mean, I thought of the scholarship quarterback, somebody be gone. But I definitely think Bruin Nation after spring, you're going to see somebody hit the portal. No question. You're going to see somebody hit the portal. And who's it going to be? I don't know, but somebody's going to hit it, man. There's just no way you're going to keep a roster with 5 or 6 or 7 guys competing for a job. There's just no way. And I wouldn't suggest that to anybody. Like if you're QB5, maybe hit the portal, go play somewhere. Why not? I mean, if you just love being a Gamecock, fine. But like if you're looking to play, so we'll see. We'll see though. I mean, there's no point in trying to speculate on who it'll be, but yeah. So. Well, Brendan, Jalen Daniels had not entered the portal when his dad told me it didn't, but he is at a different school now. Because his dad, Brendan, just tweeted out like yesterday that, let's see, where is this at? Let's see. And I'll be honest, I unfollowed his dad, so. What's weird is like Jalen himself, here we go, James Daniels. He never tweeted anything. But his dad, yeah, here we go. Bronc Buster Athletics. Let's see, at GCCC_football. Okay, so this is Garden City Community College. That is now where Jalen Daniels is at. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is now where Jalen Daniels is at. Let's see. Let me pull up the tweet. Here we go. Yeah, Luke RJ Maz Bennett in the graphic. Wearing the all garnet. Did look pretty snazzy. Not going to lie to you. Did look pretty snazzy. Does look pretty snazzy. So, Brandon, you're going to South Carolina UConn Sunday. How about that? That's a fun day. That's a very fun day. Love that. Love that. That'll be a lot of fun for sure. A lot of fun for sure. Nicholas Harper said, "Your king is here. Your king is here." Let me ask y'all, how did y'all feel about that clip? I got to ask, how'd y'all feel about that clip? Did you like it? Did you, like, just overall feelings? You know, I don't hate it. It's an interesting choice of words at the end. I can see why people would be like, what do y'all think? And yeah, I mean, you love the confidence. Somebody asked me, by the way, let's see, where was it? Austin Gregory. If you had to choose, would you rather the Yardcocks make super regionals or see the men's basketball team miraculously make the tournament. I'll go super regionals. I'm a baseball guy. So
Dalton.
Dalton, what's up, man? How are you?
How's it going, man? Pretty good in my world, I guess. So
Nice.
Glad we got the Mazeo Bennett pickup. I think obviously, we were the landing spot for him after he decommitted from Tennessee, seeing as he had a great relationship with Coach Steph, and we were one of his first offers. So I'm glad to see we're keeping him home, and our wide receiver room continues to get better. So
yeah, no, I think Mazeo Bennett obviously a huge pickup, man, and Beamer ball to the moon, man. The way they continue to build, and you think about Mazeo Bennett on one side, Nicholas Harbor on the other next year, and keeping a guy in home, right? Keeping him in home, I think is a really, really, or in state, right? Keeping him home in state, what have you. Very, very big deal. And I mean, dude, it's what they're doing on the 24 recruiting trail is just incredible. So,
well, I mean, you think about it, I believe Mark Ryan has talked about this a bit. Back when we had that 5-peat against Clemson, and we were at our absolute best, we were dominating in-state recruiting. I mean, most of the top in-state guys were going to South Carolina. I mean, some of them obviously went to Clemson. You're never going to have all of them, go to South Carolina. But for the most part, we were getting all the top guys in state, and I think Beamer sort of realized that, and he's sort of built a border. Clemson is going to get some of them. Last year, most notably Antonio Williams. They got him, and you're going to lose some battles, but for the most part, we're winning most of them, and Shane Beamer and staff are going to keep up the good work. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be a fool to doubt Shane Beamer right now, right? I mean, you really would. You really would, what they're doing. So, it's all about the Jimmies and Joes, right, Dalton? As we talked before, it's all about Jimmies and Joes, and it's about players, not play calls or what have you. And I feel confident, as I said earlier, 3 to 4 years from now, and I'm being conservative, but 3 to 4 years from now, I think we will have a roster chocked full of the type of guys you need to compete at the highest level of the SEC. I really genuinely believe that.
Right. Yeah. Now to steer it back to baseball, since opening day is coming up soon, what exactly do you see our starting rotation being? Obviously, we're going to have Will Sanders starting first.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be our Friday night guy, most likely. Who do you think are the best options after him to be starting pitchers on the weekend?
Yeah, so not to spoil it, because, the week of opening day, that Monday, I'll give my projected rotation, but I think it's pretty well known right now. I would go with right now what I think they're going to roll out there on opening weekend. Friday, of course, Will Sanders. I think Saturday they will go Noah Hall. And I think Sunday they'll go Jack Mahoney. And I think Eli Jerzenbeck, the freshman, I think he'll be your midweek guy. Now, the first 2 weeks, you play Tuesday, Wednesday, midweek game. So you could see, I think, Jerzenbeck and James Hicks, Jerzenbeck and Becker, Jerzenbeck and Eli Jones, who started last year. You could go Jerzenbeck and Johnny Holstaff. I mean, you got a lot of different options, obviously, but I think your weekend rotation, again, to roll out to open the year, I think it will be Sanders, Hall, Mahoney. I think that will be your starting rotation. And I feel really confident. I think Sanders and Hall are going to be in there all year long. I'd be shocked if those guys, especially after what Hall did last year, and Will Sanders is Will Sanders. But the Sunday role maybe could be somewhat up for grabs. I'll tell you this. Jack Mahoney's biggest question is coming off of Tommy John surgery. What is his control like? If his control's good, he's going to be your Sunday guy all year, because the stuff's damn near as good as Will Sanders, if not better. I mean, really, his stuff is that good. It's that good, right? So, I think you're going to see Matthew Becker, James Hicks. I think they are going to go to the bullpen. Of course, again, those are guys that can start midweek games for you. And I think, again, they like Jerzenbeck a lot. I mean, from people I've talked to, the D1 baseball guys have said he might actually have the best stuff on the staff, which is pretty crazy to think about when Will Sanders is on the pitching staff. So they're really high on him. I think they're going to groom him kind of this year to be the Friday night guy of next year, if you will, or be a weekend guy next year. But yeah, that's what I would go with right now going in opening weekend. Sanders, Hall, Mahoney to get it going.
Well, my main question about the pitching is obviously last year we had injuries derail our season to a certain extent. I don't want to blame all of it on injuries, obviously, because I think, we did have more talent than what we showed on the field and what we showed record-wise. But if one of our starting guys does get injured, can you see, another guy coming in and just easily taking that place and getting similar production?
Yeah, I think we've got the depth, Dalton, to withstand injuries. Now, I'll say this. We don't have the depth to withstand the type of injuries we went through last year, right? Like, hey, Roman Kimball goes down. We've got the depth to withstand a guy getting hurt, right? Last year, though, I think you had, 6, 7, 8 pitchers, something like that sideline. Nobody in the country's got that kind of depth. You can't survive that. So we do have fantastic depth. I mean, that is the strength of the pitching staff is the depth. Got a lot of different options. But, I mean, staying healthy is definitely something we need to do this year. And I mean, I say that, right? And unfortunately, a lot of it's luck. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we'll see. But, yeah.
Well, here's hoping to a successful season. I mean, as much as people hate Mark Kingston, and I'm not a huge Mark Kingston fan myself, but, I want the program to be successful, and I want to see us get back to Omaha. And I think this team, if they play to their potential, does have the real legitimate possibility of doing that. So, let's hope we start strong in this non-conference schedule, which looks pretty easy. Just win the games you're supposed to win and go from there.
Yeah, indeed. I think it's a non-conference schedule, Dalton, and we'll talk about this a lot more as we get closer to opening day. I think it's a non-conference schedule you can really take advantage of. And, we've talked before on the hitting side, man. I mean, I know that early on in the baseball season, normally it's, hey, pitching's ahead of hitting. It's still really cold. Like the hitting's not quite there yet, but I think this team desperately needs to hit and hit early. I just, because of the struggles of the Kingston era, this group needs to hit. They need to show that, hey, this is not going to be like every other year. And I know, and I've had some people come back at me and say, Chris, we've hit before in the non-conference. It means nothing. Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but if we don't hit in the non-conference, it's going to mean something. You know what I mean? It's going to mean something. So we need to build confidence going into SEC play, picking on non-conference pitching. And we definitely have some opponents lined up where we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I mean, every year you look at the talent on our roster, and we've got a lot of talent. I mean, our recruiting's always good. We're always, supposed to be competitive just based on our history the last century. But, I really think this is the make or break year for Kingston.
Yeah.
And he knows, and we know that if he can't get it done, then we're going to have to find someone else. So, hoping he can get it done.
Yeah, it's super regionals or bust in my mind, Dalton. I mean, that's pretty simple. So,
all right, man. Well, thank you for taking my call, and you have a good one.
Dalton, you're the man. I appreciate you, brother. Great stuff from our friend Dalton. Guys, we've hit 1:15. Let's go ahead and jump into a quick break. On the other side, I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, your comments, your calls, and more. You tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. Let's not forget, by the way, men's basketball with a game tomorrow at the CLA. South Carolina taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. And my prediction is locked in. And, folks, it's ugly. it's ugly. There ain't no other way to put it. It's just ugly. 77-53. I've got the Hogs getting the dub. I don't even. Dalton just asked me what the line is. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just going with a humongous. Dude, like, I don't even know if people care what I pick anymore. Like, that's how I think uninvested. Let's see. Let's see if there is a line. I doubt there's a line on the game this early. No, not yet. Arkansas has a 94% chance of winning the game. 94% chance. Arkansas averages 74.8 points per game. They average giving up 65 points per game. And South Carolina, fun fact, only scores 54 points per game at home. So, there you go. Gamecocks have lost 6 in a row. 6 in a row. So, there you go. I don't know. I mean, it's unfortunately Bruin Nation, everybody else, it's one of those things where it's like when it comes to Gamecocks basketball, whoever we're playing, it's just kind of name your score. And I mean, I hate that, but that's the reality. It's kind of just name your score. I mean, we have to hope and pray, obviously, that everything's clicking, that, you know, all of our guys are playing their best and what have you. But, yeah, that's what we have to hope for. So, Chase said not enough. I hear you. I hear you, my guy. I hear you. Anyways, guys, top of the show, of course, the Mazeo Bennett pickup, absolutely huge. Shane Beamer and company keep it rolling. I wish basketball gave us more to be excited about this weekend. I really do. I really do. I can't even lie to you. I'd love that, but we are where we are. It is what it is, and you know, 6. I mean, I could see this being a game where we break out. I could see it. You know, at home. Dalton says, does the homie Lamont win another SEC game? Dalton, I think we're going to win one. I do. I think we'll win another one. I think there's going to be a game where it all clicks, right? Because obviously this team has talent. We beat Kentucky. But for us to win another SEC game, it's got to be a night where Gigi, Hayden, and Michi Johnson all play well, and you get some help from guys like Jacoby Wright, Chico Carter, Josh Gray, etc. Like everything has to click. So do I think there's one more of those nights? Do I think there's one more of those nights in our arsenal? Probably so. We also have to hope the team we're playing doesn't play well, right? We have to hope the team we're playing doesn't play well. So, I mean, we've still got Georgia at home. I think do we have Vandy at home too? So, John Edward, hey, if anybody wants to watch good college basketball tomorrow, watch the best rivalry in all of college basketball, UNC Duke. Yes, John Edward, we know you're a Duke fan. We know. John Edward, the Duke fan. John Edward, the Duke fan. Bruin Nation says, all we got to do is win the SEC tournament. Find some joy. Indeed. I saw a comment earlier asking about TDC and have we found any baseball guests to talk South Carolina baseball this season. And I'll tell you guys this. I don't think he'd mind me telling you this, but I was in talks with Michael Roth to get him on the show in a very similar setup to how we had Steven Garcia. And Michael and his wife are expecting their second child. So congratulations to them. That'll be happening in the baseball season. And of course, with that going on, his second child, they're going to be very, very busy. Michael's told me, he's like, I'm just not going to have the time to watch the games, and totally understand it. Totally understand it. So Michael Roth's off the table, but I'm working on some other guys. We will see what happens. Guys, if not, it's no big deal. We'll continue to do our thing and rock how we rock and be all good there. On the football side of things, because this is where my mind is going as I'm thinking about baseball season and what we're going to do, I am, due to many different reasons, not just because of the slapdickery, but because of opportunities with business and what have you. I am leaning more and more towards, for the football season, doing live stream watch-alongs and a post-game show, similar to like this right here, where people could call in, comment immediately following the game. Obviously, with that being said, that would require me to be in studio. And so I would not be attending any of the games. Therefore, there would not be a TSUS tailgate this fall. I'll be honest with you. That's the direction that I'm leaning. I've got a good friend of mine that's in the Big Cock Club who I trust that has told me he is interested in selling merchandise for us on game day, that he will be there, that he will be in Seawells. And there's a chance that I could come back for a game or two, but I do think there's a lot of value in the post-game shows and the watch-along. So let's jump to the phone lines here. Oh, I think that was somebody else. Okay, we will. I'll give him a call back. Let's see. That was a call that I was not supposed to answer on the show. I thought that was thought that was something different. Thought that was a call for the show. I will give him a call back. Anyways, yeah, guys. Let's see. Okay, I think Miss TSUS is tuned. I was like, I was very confused by something I just read. Anyways, Eric Reese, what's up, my guy? Reese. For those of you that love the graphics on social media, our guy who just commented on YouTube, Eric Reese Creative. I mean, the dude's the real MVP, man. He makes me look really cool on social media. So, Reese, I appreciate you, dog. You're the man. I am working on your care package now that we have a new month. I've got a bunch of sample orders. That I can use now. So I got to get Reese a care package. We got to get a Big Cock Club care package for Miss TSUS's posse or her crew, whatever you want to label them as. We got to get some others too for family, stuff like that. So it's all good. Anyways, guys, yeah, Carolina Titan. I think post-game shows, there is an opportunity there with that. I absolutely do. Bruin Nation, though, listen, this was a thought before that. This was a thought before, that has really nothing to do with the slapdickery. But again, Bruin Nation, to be completely transparent with you and honest, I feel like it's not even right to say we're reaching the point. We're at the point where I'm very much so in the public eye. My face is all over social media. People know who I am. Like it's more surprising if you're a Gamecock fan and you don't know who I am, right? I mean, let's just call it for what it is. And so I value my privacy. I value watching the games in peace. I value not being disturbed on game day. Miss TSUS saw it firsthand, and many of you have seen it firsthand if you've been at the tailgate. It's chaos. It's nonstop chaos from start to finish. And while I love it, I love the chaos, I think there is a value. My number one goal and objective, which is, again, Bruin Nation, this point is why it's not about anything else other than the content, right? I would never make a decision like this based off of anything other than driving value and being the best possible version of myself for the business, for my audience. I can assure you of that. But when you think about it on game day, my number one goal is to make fantastic content, make great content. It's to make great content for you all. And there's no debate. I can do that at a much higher level from the studio. There's no debate. Like literally there is no debate, right? So when I think about that and I keep that in mind, you think about last year. Right? The tailgate really revolved around selling merchandise. That was the entire point. And so if I have somebody who will do it for me, and I'll say this too, that wasn't the entire point. Meeting you all, shaking hands, taking pictures, love that. That was also a great part of it. But from the business side of things, right? Like selling merch, that was the big draw. If I have someone that will sell merch for me on hand, what need do I have to be there? I can kill two birds with one stone. Literally. We can sell merch and be at home making content. And as I've told you guys many times before, and again, I know this is kind of getting off down a random path. We're talking business. We're not necessarily talking sports right now, but like the things that I value as an entrepreneur at this point are efficiency and flexibility. And what I mean by flexibility is freedom to go anywhere, be anywhere, say anything, do anything, what have you, right? And so efficiency also and flexibility, I should say also in the sense of like where I live, where I stay, right? That's why I got out of Columbia. Like I wanted to take advantage of unique flexibility. I wanted to take advantage of this unique life that I've been blessed to live. You know what I mean? And thank goodness I did. Greenville's been good to me. Met Miss TSUS. We got a lot of love for G Vegas. So everything happens for a reason. But anyways, those are things I value, in my business life, So, I don't know. Jeff Gullett says you won't be going to any road games. Like I don't know for sure, but Jeff, again, I think a post-game show and a live stream watch along, I think it makes a lot of sense. I really do. I'm not telling you this is my final plan. I had dreams and aspirations of the T-Sus bus as well, right? Of getting a tour bus and hitting the road and going to the road games and having a remote studio right in the RV and doing all that. There's pros and cons to it all. I mean, the pro of that is it'd be incredible. It'd be a lot of fun. The con, it'd be a grind. And also, again, I'm riding around in an RV with my logo plastered on the side. Do I want to put myself out there to that degree? Do I want to subject myself to that? Connor Lee says, will we ever get a name reveal for Miss TSUS? Probably not. I'll be honest with you, man. There's just things I don't, man, like I said, I don't care if people attack me on social media. I don't care if people want to try to cancel me on a day in, day out basis. I don't care if people want to try to drag my name to the mud. I don't care if they want to make up false claims about me and belittle me and attack my character. All of that is fair game, right? Some of it shouldn't be, but it is. But I will not. I will not allow the people that I love and I care about, my family, my friends, my significant other, people that are in my circle. I will not allow them to be subject to it. Like I've honestly literally thought about deleting my personal Facebook. I've thought about putting my my Instagram and Twitter, my personal on private, because I don't know that I'll do that, because it's like I am. I still do use my personal, like my whole mindset has shifted on my whole mindset has shifted on how I use even my personal social media for business, stuff like that. But nah, man, I just, you don't want to believe that people would be so sick and twisted, but you know what? They are, bro. You can't put anything past people. So nah, I Miss TSUS will remain a mystery if I have anything to say about it. So just got a great email. My package from Nespresso arrived. How about that? We got some more coffee. Let's go. Love that. It's a great Friday. It's an absolutely great Friday. James Kendall says, you guys have probably seen the joke on social media, like breaking news, this person's dating Margot Robbie, right? For whatever reason, Margot Robbie. And so he says, it's Margot Robbie. That's the secret TSUS. He told us in the Big Cock Club. James, it's not Margot Robbie. Miss TSUS is 1,000 times hotter than Margot Robbie. I'm going to just leave it at that. So facts, big facts. So big facts, my guy. Big facts. I'll stand by that. I will stand by that. Margot Robbie ain't got shit on Miss TSUS. So anyways, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. James Kendall, yeah, Miss TSUS is a queen, bro. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up. Travis Allen says he met her at the bowl game. That's right, Travis. We did meet you at the bowl game. That was great stuff. That was great stuff. Per sources. Per sources season. Per sources season. Per sources season indeed. The Riz Up show. he got that live show Riz. He got that podcast Riz. He got the podcast Riz. Love it. The podcast Riz. Yeah, Marion R26, you're good. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And I'm not going to make more of a deal of it than it is, but we keep it moving, man. We press forward. We press forward in business and life. You know what I mean? I like I told you, man, I genuinely pray for those. I pray for those that spew that kind of hate and negativity, dog. I mean, I really do. I really do, man, because there's no happy person. There's no happy person going on social media acting the way some people do. Let's jump to the phone lines. Hunter, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I just had to ask one more thing. That I forgot to say from earlier. So this guy named Joseph King or something like that. I'm not sure. He's for the 2024 class. Is he? Because apparently he has the we're warm to him in Georgia. I'm not sure if I guess he's from Georgia. I'm not sure if he says anything when he's committing or if he's if he has not yet.
What was his name? What was his name again?
Joseph King or something like that. He's on Twitter.
Jason King? Is that
he's another 4-star athlete, I think.
I think I might have seen the tweet you were talking about. I don't know much about him at all, my friend. So
yeah. No, I seen him on Twitter, and I don't know. I just know that us and Georgia are competing with each other to get him, but he's a high rated 4-star athlete. So I just didn't know if he was committing anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know much about him. I know he's taken notice, like many others are, of what's going down in Columbia. But yeah, I can't say I know much about him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, I mean, hopefully we'll get him for sure. But yeah, I just had a call to see if you know anything about him. So.
Hey, Hunter, I appreciate it. Great question. Always a pleasure, my guy. Yeah, thank you. Great stuff from Hunter. Yeah, I have not seen that. Was it Joseph Edwards? Is that? I don't know. Like I think it was. I think I saw the tweet he's talking about, but I don't know. Guys, let's jump into one final break. On the side, I want to continue to hear from you. More your questions, comments, calls, and more. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. Final 15 minutes or so here in the Daily Crow. Let's see. Getting back into your questions, and I'll say this to a point Marion made and others have made and what have you. You know, those who attack and throw shade and talk shit, they have to demean the success somehow, because if it really just came down to skill and talent and hard work, then what would that say about them? Why are they not successful? Why are they miserable?
From
Robbie Davis, Zaxby's Hall of Famer.
Robbie Davis, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Let Beamer cook. Let Beamer cook. He continues to
Bro,
cook.
just let him cook, man. Seriously. I'm from this point forward until September, I ain't gonna even be worried about recruiting because of the way we're recruiting. Okay? Seriously. Just let him cook. Let him do his job. Like I said back in I don't know what, January. Just let Beamer do his job in December or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, just let him do his job and what he gets paid to do, and that is build a winning program. That is what he's doing right now.
And he's doing it at a high level,
And
may I say.
Yes, a very high level. The last time we recruited at this particular level, Spurrier was our head coach, okay? If my memory serves me correctly. All right? And he's building, like I said before, he's building something special in Columbia.
He is, man.
It may not happen right from the get-go, but it's going to happen. He's building something special in Columbia.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think so too. Listen, there's some other things that go into winning a championship. I would say they're a little bit out of your control, right? You need the ball to bounce your way.
Right.
You need your players you recruit to go make plays, because at the end of the day, your fate's in their hands. But I think Shane Beamer is putting South Carolina football in the best possible position to achieve those goals. I think so. I really do believe that.
Oh yeah.
How could you argue it?
Yeah. How can you prove that? Hey, this is. He's just doing what he said whenever he had his first press conference, whenever he got hired.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna prove that you can win here at South Carolina, and he's doing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went 8-4 last season. Went 7-6 the season before that. And honestly, like you, I would kill to be 8-4 or better on a regular basis, on a year in, year out basis. If we go 8-4 the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, I can live with that. Because eventually, with the way that we're recruiting, that 8-4 is going to get better. That 8-4 will be better than an 8-4. Maybe a 9-3, and some of those people that think we're going to go 10-2, yeah, maybe. But also, on the other hand, like I've said before, other schools in the conference are recruiting just as well as we are. It's all about after that point, it's all about who can develop the player better and get them ready to where anytime we play anybody in a conference game, they know that whenever they play South Carolina, they're in for a daggum fight.
Robbie, what would you do if Carolina football won the SEC, man? What would you do?
Oh, I would probably go nuts, run around the neighborhood with my hair on fire, probably.
Yeah. You think it'd be a life changer for you?
Oh yeah, I would go absolute, like I would go, my French, but I would probably go ape shit. Okay, it would be epic. Okay, it would be epic. If we ever won a conference title in football, the absolute shenanigans that I would probably try to pull off would be epic. Oh man.
We had somebody comment, say Robbie would bathe in a tub of Zach sauce.
Oh, I would do it.
Also, by the way,
Right.
Marion R26 says Raising Cane's is better than Zaxby's. Your take.
Okay.
From Marion
That's
R26.
the place was.
Some family, not all things are great in paradise, I guess.
Listen, it was good, okay, but Zaxby's is better, okay? Zaxby's is better, and I am not just saying that because I work for Zaxby's. I would be saying that if I worked anywhere else. If I was just working at like a convenience store, I would still say Zaxby's is better.
Okay.
The variety is better. The variety of what you can get your chicken dipped in is better. I mean, what more do I have to say?
I mean, you and Marion got to hash this thing out, I think.
Oh, man. But, oh, and I can guarantee you, by the way, from yesterday, if I was to call one of, if not both of my bosses and tell them that I'm bringing someone with me to Zaxby's, is there any way you can hook us up? I can guarantee you they'd hook us up.
Okay. I'll let you. I'll let you know. I'll let you know without a doubt. I will let you know, my friend.
Oh man, and also shocker, the girls won last night. I watched some of it before my mom wanted to watch something else. I didn't feel like going upstairs and watching it, so I kept it on my phone. But apparently, one of our girls got a technical last night. I don't know what for. Because it said technical foul on so-and-so, and it was a Carolina player, but I don't know who it was. I couldn't pronounce the first name, so I was like, I told Marion R26, I was like, one of our girls just got a technical. I don't know what for, but they just got a technical.
Hey, big game Sunday against UConn.
Bro, hey, it's gonna be nuts over there in Connecticut, okay?
We about to bring the heat to Connecticut.
Oh yeah, bring yeah. Show them that there's a new sheriff in town, and her name is Dawn Staley, okay?
That's it.
And I looked at and I watched. I tried to watch as much of the game as I could before the show came on today, and these are the stats that they showed with Dawn Staley. She's been at South Carolina for 15 years. Mm-hmm. Okay, 15 seasons, 12 conference titles, and I think we won only one title or one national title in women's, right? We haven't won two yet, right? Or am I losing my mind again?
Two, or one national title. We're going for a second.
Yeah, we're going for a second. If we wind up winning a second national title, which from the looks of it is most likely going to happen. But
two national titles. Excuse me, two. Yeah. Yeah, we're going for a third.
So
we're going for back-to-back. Going back-to-back. Because we won what? Asia Wilson won one. Aaliyah Boston won one. Yeah. We're going for a third.
Yeah. So this will be third. This will be our third. So it's safe to say that if by some miracle Dawn Staley stays here till she retires, okay, whoever fills her shoes has got some big shoes to fill. And if she wins a third national title, my dad will hate it whenever my dad's gonna hate that I say this, but I think she'll deserve a daggum statue, her damn self. Okay, like seriously, 15 seasons, 12 conference titles, and 2 natties. Hello.
Yeah, we would have won it in 2020 as well, but the damn season was canceled. I think we were the AP number 1 when the season ended. So
yeah, we were number 1 when the season was called, went kaput. So in my opinion, we won the national title in 2020. So yeah, because we were just on a roll and kicking butt and taking names and chewing bubble gum, and when we ran out of bubble gum, we just kicked butt. Okay, like it was. I'm to the point. I absolutely look forward to girls basketball whenever it comes on TV. Okay, like if I see that the girls that got a game on TV, I'm like, okay, awesome. Gonna watch the number 1 team in the country kick butt and take names. That's great. Because before Dawn Staley got here, they were good, right? They were decent, but now the level of success that we have had, it's like we know nothing. We don't know anything else except national title or bust.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have said before, if you ain't got the drive to win national titles or win a title in anything for that matter, then you're in the wrong business.
You're in the wrong business. You're right.
Find a different job.
Yeah, it's natty or bust for women's basketball for sure. For sure.
And my prediction for the game tomorrow for the guys is Hogs 74, Gamecocks 54.
I don't even know what the line is, Robbie, but that feels right. Like that, it does. That feels right. Sure.
And I was also pretty close with, aside from giving up 60 points to Kentucky last night, I was pretty darn close to South Carolina's score because they scored 87, and my prediction was 85.
Yeah. It's name your score against the men's team. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'd never entertain the idea of like, people have said in the past, like the women's team could beat the men's team. And I will say this, like, I wouldn't be that bold this year, but I tell you what, I'd at least allow the conversation to take place. I really would.
Mm-hmm.
I really would. Do I think that the women's would beat the men's? No, because of just sheer size and physicality. I mean, it would, that's why it wouldn't be
and
fair.
Athletic ability.
Just
too.
all of it, right? It's right. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. It might be closer than we'd expect.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. You said we have exactly 2 weeks from today. We start swinging the bats and throwing pitches
and catching it as well. Yeah, all those things.
And catching them and
catching it. Yeah.
So not this coming Friday, but next Friday. Just want to make sure I get that correct.
Yep. Not the next one. Not the last one either. Not the next one, but the next one. Yeah. And not this one.
Okay.
But the next one.
Okay.
After the next one.
Because like I get my days mixed up.
I hear you, Robbie. We're all here to keep you on the straight and narrow, my guy.
And I have absolutely every intention on going to the spring game. Rather if it's during the day or at night, I'm gonna be there. Okay. Honestly, I think having it at night is cool because no other school really does that, as far as I know. The only time I've ever heard of a school doing their spring game at night was whenever we did it last year for the spring game.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
I hope-
Alabama
I
doing it.
hope-
I've never heard of nobody else.
I hope they bring it back. I
Right.
really do. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, with men's basketball for the conference tournament, the worst team in the conference does not get into the conference tournament. Am I right or am I
The
wrong?
bottom two don't get in. So we're not.
Okay.
I'd be very
I don't think
surprised.
Okay, because for some reason I thought it was
Yeah.
just the worst team in the conference didn't get in. So it's the worst two teams in the conference that don't get in.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's safe to say that we're probably not going to make the conference tournament. Unless by some miracle.
Oh, you know what? I'm
team-
mistaken. I'm thinking of the baseball tournament. No, basketball, everybody does get in. Yeah, baseball, it's top
Everybody
12.
does get in. Okay.
Yeah, top 12. I
Okay.
thought it was all like baseball. I apologize. I forgot. Yeah, it is top. Everybody gets in basketball.
Okay.
Top 12 get in baseball.
Well, see, I didn't know that about baseball. I did not know that.
Mhm.
I didn't know that whenever it comes to the conference tournament in baseball, the bottom two don't get in. I did not know that
Mhm.
until just now. But I couldn't remember off the top of my head if in basketball if the bottom two or the worst team didn't get in. But apparently everybody does get in. But I still don't see us. I don't see us lasting, and I see us playing. Obviously, we're going to play a game in the conference tournament, but we're probably going to get our brains beat in.
Yeah.
It'll be ugly
Yeah.
and won't be pretty. But I do believe in Lamont Paris. You got to give him some time and let him build.
Indeed.
So-
Indeed. We shall see.
But go Gamecocks. To heck with Clemson. And by the way, Clemson fans, stop feeling so entitled. Just because you went to a national title 2 years in a row, okay, or won 2 national titles in football, stop acting like you're entitled, okay? So,
I love it.
and by the way, y'all suck. Y'all's football team is garbage, regardless of y'all winning 2 national titles. Y'all's football team is trash. All right, buddy.
Well said.
I'm gonna get over here, take the dog outside, and go for a walk.
Robbie, great chatting with you, my man. I appreciate you.
You too, buddy. Have a good one.
Yeah, man. Take care. Great stuff from Robbie Davis, guys. We're going to get out of here. We have hit 2:00. By the way, shout out. I told y'all Stepp and I are cool. Justin Stepp, Coach Stepp with the retweet. Thank you, Coach Stepp. You the man. Guys, that being said, appreciate you all tuning in. We are going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much again for the continued love and support. Truly, those here that are locked in, that show love, that do support TSUS and support me and my ventures. Y'all are who matter. So, again, thank y'all so much. Content bleeding out the eyeballs this weekend with the basketball game tomorrow. Women play on Sunday. We're continuing to get ready for opening day, all that good stuff. But, guys, take a load off. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather. Appreciate you all so much. Thank y'all. We will talk on Monday. Go Cox. Beat Arkansas and UConn on the hardwood. And I appreciate y'all. Have a great weekend.